the day before, it was rough with us because we're the smallest boat. But we think we did good.
How do you describe your 3 days of fishing, spearing, line, and deep drop?
Well, I think we did very good. Very good. To be the smallest boat in such bad weather, we did very good.
And do the thing third with 44, rectifier disqualified. First of all, what happened today?
Well, the day we started off with a bad start. You know, we had little problems like starting off with the reels. One of the reels, those deep sea drop reels. We had a problem with one of those reels. But, you know, in all the long run, it was nice. It was fair. We did a good run because it was the first time doing it with me, my brother, and my dad. But next year we sure, and we tell the committee next year it's gonna be a rough scene because why? We can't the whole cake. We ain't playing. But today, like I say, today was a rough start out. We had a problem with one of the reels and we started out bad. We never started fishing after 11, 12 to get the reel up and solid and running. And then shark was hitting us like crazy. We had like 3 bites of shark today. And it just was an off day. You know, first time doing it. So now we know how to do it for the next time.
Third place.
Third place. Hey, it's not bad. First time. For first timer, it's not bad. We know if we could get first place, but third place, hey, we still was in the race. We still was in the running. We got something.
Work on that diver.
Now, the diving part, I'm gonna get slimmed down. I'm going on some little diet food, and I can try come back next year and go deep sea drop with my brother, because my brother's a big time diver on the fence for us. So by next year, we should be good and running with the diving.
How you feel it's got Old Festival was this year?
Well, it's my first time down. I mean, not my first time in Cat Island. I'm a Cat Island now, but it's my first time down to the fishing tournament because they had it last year. And for what I've seen, it's a good start. It's a good thing for Cat Island. It will grow Cat Island. It will put Cat Island on the map, and people got to come out and try it. You know, just check it for the first time. Because the first time I'm down here, and we did good. We had 47 on the second day. We had 14 on the first day. Today was a bad day. Like I said, we had a bad start out. Shark hit us 3 times. But for the tournament down here, it's good for Cat Islanders. It will put Cat Islands on the map. So whoever listening to this and seeing this, please come on down next year.
So the champions have been crowned in this year's 2nd annual Cat Island Fish Off, and they are looking forward to next year. It's been a pleasure here in Cat Island. I'd like to thank all those that made it possible for my cameraman Robert Johnson and I. Thanks for watching, and that's it from Cat Island.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news tonight, details of the Pfizer vaccine rollout outlined. Local Haitian leaders making an appeal following that deadly earthquake in their homeland. And a new business in the Freeport area gaining popularity. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news this evening, the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee providing an update on the next steps of the rollout of the COVID vaccines in the Bahamas. The Ministry of Health hosting a national press conference in the capital on Sunday afternoon. Chair of the committee, Dr. Merceline Dal-Regis, outlining the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine in the country while giving some sobering statistics. Jamila Mizik reports.
Over the coming months, the Bahamas is expected to receive a total of 397,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. During a national press conference on Sunday, Chair of the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee, Dr. Merceline Dal-Regis, noted that as the government prepares to roll out the Pfizer vaccine in New Providence and Grand Bahama, residents will soon have a third choice of the COVID-19 vaccine.
I'm pleased to report that the Bahamas has been notified that in this coming week, it will receive 34,400 doses of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. With our current supplies and the vaccines that are in the pipeline, we now have an opportunity to significantly accelerate our vaccination program.
Dr. Dalregis says they have secured the infrastructure to accommodate the safe and secure transportation of the Pfizer vaccine to the islands.
To accommodate the planned rollout of the Pfizer vaccine, more vaccination centers will be added on New Providence, we hope in Grand Bahama as well, and the Family Islands in the coming days and weeks. However, we note that there will be additional requirements for technical, physical, and human resources to ensure the delivery of this vaccine. The recommended interval between doses of the Pfizer vaccine is 21 to 28 days, quite distinct from that of AstraZeneca. This will allow us to fully vaccinate more people at a quicker rate.
She noted that as they prepare to roll out the Pfizer vaccine on Grand Bahama, a select group of people will take part in an assessment process, and Pfizer will be fully rolled out on the island on Monday, August 23rd.
If you have received a first dose of the Pfizer vaccine abroad, you may receive your second dose of Pfizer in the Bahamas. However, you will be required to present proof of vaccination of the first dose and present both vaccination cards to prove full vaccination status.
Sharing some sobering statistics, Dr. Dalregis noted that a newborn baby tested positive for COVID-19, the second reported case in the country.
Between the 14th of March 2021, at the start of vaccination program in the Bahamas, and the 31st of July 21, 411 patients were hospitalized with COVID-19. Of that number, 400 of 411 were unvaccinated. 11 were partially vaccinated. No fully vaccinated persons were admitted to PMH for care during that period. Of that same period, 53 COVID-19 deaths were recorded. And we know this is an underestimate. But 52 were unvaccinated, and one was partially vaccinated. There were no deaths recorded among fully vaccinated persons during that time.
Now, officials say they are working on providing additional vaccination centers on Grand Bahama and also to improve the online appointment booking process. Shumila Misick, ZNS Network News.
Now, concerns are mounting over whether or not persons who take the COVID-19 vaccines are covered by their insurance policies. During Sunday's national press conference, Dr. Merceline Dalregis clarified what qualifies an approved vaccine, noting that there is a set criteria for approval of vaccines.
We, as a group, collectively, the Bahamas, the Ministry of Health, together with the Pharmacy Council and its group, and the CAFA, the Caribbean Association, Caribbean Public Health Agency, we all agreed that the vaccine must come from the manufacturer, not from a middleman. The vaccine must be approved either by a national stringent regulatory authority, in addition to receiving the equivalent of an EUA or an EUL, Emergency Use Authorization by the FDA, that's given in the U.S. or emergency use listing by the World Health Organization that partners with the EUA.
She added that the vaccines must also not be expired.
Must have a date, an expiration date, a shelf life of at least 3 months from the manufacturer to the expiration date, that it must meet all the transportation requirements of that vaccine. They have vaccine monitors inside the shipping establishments that tells you if the vaccine has met all of the cold chain requirements at each and every stop.
Now, Dr. Dow Regis noted that they have not used any vaccines in the country that have not met those requirements. And the latest COVID-19 dashboard reporting 131 new cases in the country, 113 in New Providence, 9 in Abaco, 7 in Grand Bahama, and 1 each in Eleuthera and Exuma. Hospitalizations are at 142. 31 of those cases are in Grand Bahama, including 3 in ICU. The death toll stands at 313, with 42 deaths under investigation. There are 2,966 active cases and 13,264 cases have recovered. Switching gears now, the Haitian government declaring a state of emergency after a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck that country on Saturday morning, leaving hundreds of people dead and 1,000 injured. Tonight, we talk with local Haitian leaders about this tragedy. The nation of Haiti suffering another devastating blow after a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck the island nation. As of early Monday morning, reports are that some 5,700 people are injured and 1,297 are said to be dead. Pastor of the New Jerusalem Church of the Nazarene here in Grand Bahama, Pastor Raymond Charlotte, calling the news sad and unbelievable.
The question is why? But no one could question God, because it's called as a disaster, natural disaster. Many lives are lost, and many houses, church building completely destroyed, and now plenty of people still living. They don't have no place to stay. It's hard. It's hard, but none we could do much. It's just pray about it and also believe on God.
Haitian community leader Whistler Jackson appealing to the public for assistance for those that are suffering back in Haiti. He notes that while many may be calling for prayers for Haiti, he says the prayers must target the hearts of the people.
We don't have to pray for Haiti. Haiti's a country. Haiti doesn't need any prayer. The people need prayer. We need to pray for the people, because the Bible said, if my people are not changing the way they live in their hearts, then I will deal with them. And we need to pray more for the Haitian community, the leaders, the pastors. We need to pray for each and every one of them, because we have to be united. And if we're not together, those things, they will come our way. But the only thing that I can say about all this, it's really hurtful. And it's really painful to see that there are a lot of innocent people that I can say that right now at this point that is homeless. And right now we know that Haiti doesn't have a president, but we know that if God is still alive, God is still above, we have someone who's more important than the president.
Representative for the Haitian Embassy on Grand Bahama, Lorena Juzma, noting that some 11 years ago, Haiti was in a similar predicament from which they're still trying to recover. She adds that just 1 month ago, the country's president was assassinated, a loss she believes has left the government in an unstable position.
I feel like the people feel lonely and helpless, because what's supposed to be done, they still searching to find somebody through the rubble. We would like to ask anyone who feel like to help, to give assistance, because with the late President Jovenel Moïse, we feel like the country is not stable. The country suffer. The country need help, assistance, because we don't even finish to recover whatever happened for the previous one.
A leading physician advising residents to stop eating barracuda. Tonight, local fishermen are weighing in on this appeal and how it's affecting their bottom line. To eat or not to eat? That is what many residents often ask themselves before indulging in what has been described as some of the best fish meat. A Bahamian physician advising residents recently to steer clear of barracuda as the fish poisoning can have serious consequences. However, local fishermen say that Bahamians have been indulging in the sweet fish for years, and they believe that Bahamians will continue to take the risk.
Yes, barracudas be poisoned sometime. We have a variety of fish which be poisoned sometime, but if a customer come to us and we selling them a barracuda or a hogfish, a mutton snapper or amberjack or something like that, we let them know, well, okay, these fishes be poisoned sometimes, you know, but if you still want to go ahead and try it, it's up to you, you know. So that's how we do it. But barracuda don't last sale. Barracuda, they sell out. We don't even keep barracuda. As soon as we come, they go.
It's a norm. Those that are aware, they're quite aware that there's a potential problem with eating barracuda, and so most of them they would, it's on their discretion. They are well aware that it's barracuda. I would be wrong to say that, you know, I discourage anybody and say barracuda is not a good fish. I enjoy it at time to time. I am also aware, and every time, you know what I mean, you take a potential chance when you take it. Or you consume it, I mean, that it may be sick there.
The local fishermen and restaurant owners say it is key to always make customers aware of the risk when purchasing and consuming the fish.
Well, a lot of people with barracuda, they steaks it up, and they like to fry that down, you know, and eat that with fritters and stuff when they go and stuff and things like that. So barracuda is a good eating fish, you know. Very rare you will find barracuda being poisoned and stuff, and a lot of time it's value fishing, you know.
But as far as consumption-wise and stuff, I do believe it's a very good fish. I tell you one thing I learned over the years with foreign fishermen, these U.S. fishermen who may consume barracuda, they taught me to fillet it. And filleting fish really is a serious thing, because if you have a cross-stack of fish and you look at it, most of the bloodline runs in the backbone. It's not actually in the meat. That's just about any fish. And I assume, you know, poison runs in the blood. So I assume when you fillet it, it minimizes the chance and risk of fish poisoning. So here out to sea, we do offer barracuda bites, which is filleted barracuda. And again, we still offer, we pronounce on our menu AYOR, eat at your own risk.
Fountain adding that barracuda is not the only fish that can cause fish poisoning.
I've had snappers at one point out that give you itching sensation and not feeling good, and all associated with a secondary poison. Same ones that these barracudas that usually get a big reef predator. So I guess when they eat anything on the reef right there, those things they consume it, they tend to consume it. Yeah. Other than that, listen to me, it's being the bombers. I mean, we eat so many things. You have conch poisoning. Conch is a main staple. Certain conch in certain areas, you know what I mean? Even grouper. Yeah, man, you have certain fish here, and it's just the way it is.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this break.
On down now. For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
We do it better. We do it better. We do it. We do it better. We do it better.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coctotermes formosanus, or the super termites, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Take your time, take your time. You sure, right, yo?
Money short.
You sure? All right.
Money short.
Okay, okay.
Miss.
You know Lou's a buying, right? Oh, you must be getting kids belay. Man, I ain't bring no money like that. Plus, you know you greedy.
Well, today is your lucky day.
Oh.
Check out the Z&S Shopping Network. See what deals they have on food.
Look here. Boy, Madcap got some super deals. Check it out. You got a $25 coupon for 15 and a $20 coupon for 10.
Well, Madcap it is.
All right. Hey, I roll them at you, eh?
Log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and get your deals today.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Caribbean Barrel Sports Bar is introducing its brand new lunch combo special. You can call 805-5406 and place your order daily.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. An insurance guru is now the captain of corn by turning one idea into a delicious enterprise. Tonight, she shares how the business is already growing by leaps and bounds and fast becoming a favorite among residents. Shoshina Rowe-Farquharson has the report.
So every time people go away, they stop to the swap shop and they get their corn. So I was one of those persons. And the last time I had it, I was like, this is such a great product for home. It's simple, it's easy. But you know me, everything gotta be extra.
And extra is perhaps an understatement, with 16 mouth-watering flavors from the Crazy Cajun to the Good Golly Garlic, the Real Jerk, the Carmelo Fellow, and even the Really Ratchet. Lisa Turnquest, owner of Captain Corn, shares how she made this corny dream a reality.
So I came home in 2018 and I gathered a couple of my family and friends around my dining room table, and I started combining seasonings and flavors and just dressing the corn and asking them, you like this? Is this okay? Too spicy, too sweet? And that's how Captain Corn was born.
And the feedback is just simply amazing. And it's catching on to even some of the island's top TikTok influencers.
People have an affection to the lemon pepper. So we took the lemon pepper and we enhanced it and inspired it with some Bahamian flavoring. And then we knew that children tend to go for the sweeter side. We did the sriracha, the ratchet, we did the fire engine. Anytime people request, you know, what their flavor palette is, I try to go into the lab and create a flavor to appeal to it so that we have an array. My goal is at the end of this, with multiple franchises of Captain Corn, to have an array of toppings and seasonings. That's the goal for Captain Corn.
And this is Lisa's advice to those who are thinking about getting into business.
Get through. through. Now is even the best time to think it through. And you know, I'm a believer of starting small and making steps. Like I said, we started at Gombe Summer. We tested it for 4 consecutive Thursdays. We then bought it out here to Stop and Shop on a little table, making the corn, and just testing the temperature of the product in the market. Do people like what I have to offer? And I found that they did, and I found that I like doing it, and I found that the more I like doing it, the more flavors I was able to create, and the more traction. And now I have people calling me and wanting to talk about Captain Corn. So do it, because there are ideas brewing in your head. There are ideas that Freeport first needs, the Bahamas then needs, then the world needs, that are sitting right on your pillow at night.
She says you can meet the Captain Corn truck at Stop and Shop from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily, but they are closed on Sundays and Tuesdays. Shashina Roll-Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
And now to our holistic health segment. Tonight, our Jamila Mizik talks with an avid backyard farmer who says developing a love for gardening not only promotes healthy eating, but it is also a way to beautify your yard and provide some form of relaxation.
It's an initiative the Ministry of Agriculture has been promoting recently, especially here on Grands Bahama. With the distribution of farming kits, more and more residents have taken to their backyards, all in an effort to move towards self-sufficiency and food security. Past president of the Freeport Garden Club, Kelly Russell, talks about the benefits of developing a green thumb.
You know, you get the sun, which, you know, the vitamin D. You grow a lot of things. You don't want vegetables, you want food. It helps to cut down on your food bill, as well as it allows you to eat better, healthier, and of course it beautifies the yard, because you have flowering plants, you have all of your shade trees, like we have these trees here for shade. So stuff like that, you can come out sometime in the evening, just sit around under your tree, and so you get that shade. Most persons would say that they are now eating vegetables that they would not generally buy out of the shop, or they would not have tried. But because they have it in their yard and have easy access to it, they're now using those vegetables or the fruits.
She says backyard farming is an excellent leisure activity, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Definitely, you know exactly where your fruits and vegetables are coming from if you're growing them yourself. And because you don't want to spend too much time with company. So it allows you then to just get outside. It's a good time. You can meditate, and you look around, you can see how good God is, because, you know, some of the stuff you just put it there, you don't have to do much to it, and it'll just grow on its own. So you have that. It encourages, you know, that time, that quality time that you could spend with God, just sitting down, looking and appreciating, rather than, you know, all over the place. And you're not going to get COVID if you're outside in your own yard.
And she says you'll never know what you can grow unless you start.
I feel like, you know, everyone should have a backyard garden. Once you have a yard, even if you live in an apartment, you can grow things, because you can grow them in containers in your apartment. You don't have to have a lot of stuff, but basic things like tomatoes and bell peppers and what have you, you can just grow them on your balcony or on the your porch, if you have a porch where you live, okay? But generally, if you have a yard, you should have some plants in your yard. You have your trees for shade, and of course, you know, you should have the trees for oxygen in the yard anyhow. So I would say once you have a yard, that you should have something in it.
Until next time on Holistic Health, I'm Jamila Mizik.
Don't go away, our Facebook friend of the day still to come.
Elevate your fiber home internet and unlock an unlimited mobile experience.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Shoes on your feet.
I
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency. If you are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, severe pain, disorientation, extreme vomiting or diarrhea, vision disturbance or suicidal thoughts, you should seek immediate medical assistance. If you are bleeding significantly or otherwise severely injured, seek emergency assistance immediately. Children presenting with symptoms like high fever and extremely listless or lethargic behavior need to be taken to the emergency room immediately. If you are unsure of the extent of your condition, you are advised to seek medical assistance immediately. Share your symptoms with the on-call doctor and get advice as to whether or not it can wait until normal business hours. Remember, emergency care is not a convenient option for basic medical care during a storm. The Public Hospitals Authority encourages members of the public to use these basic guidelines to help decide on whether something is an emergency or not. The authority reminds the public that in the case of an emergency, always call 919 or head immediately to the emergency room. This message has been brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority and the National Emergency Management Agency.
That's what I told her. Bring the winding thing here. This is Rick and Script, so show me emotion. Hey, wine and go down low.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Janet Henderson, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you so much for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a wonderful night.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, preparations underway for Pfizer's big rollout. The morgue resumes services amid a continued public health care sick-out. Children and the COVID-19 vaccine. Hear what the education minister has to say. And a hands up for Abaco schools. Those stories and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, returns.
Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to start checking off your list. Make note of what you have. Test your batteries, radio, flashlights, and the expiry date on your first aid kit. You may have to replace a few things. Then make sure you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per day for each person, 2 weeks supply of non-perishable food, a cooler for ice, and if you have an infant, pack a bag of baby items. Keep spare toilet paper, paper towels, and sanitation wipes, along with cleanup supplies, trash bags, waterproof packaging for personal documents, and mosquito repellent. Have 2 extra face masks per person and enough hand sanitizer and life vests for everyone in the household. and have a plan. If shelter gets compromised, plan with household members beforehand how you will escape. That might mean having a knife, axe, crowbar, or other tool to pry open a door, window, or roofing in an emergency. For more information and a full hurricane prep checklist, visit znsbahamas.com.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapindo with the Bahamas Tonight. As always, thanks for tuning in. The public will soon be able to receive their first shot of the 130,000 plus doses of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine donated by the U.S. In this report, our Cleopatra Murphy takes a look at what provisions are being made to facilitate the rollout.
Member of the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee, Dr. Barry Rassin, says preparation is underway to ensure the rollout of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is a seamless one on Thursday. According to Rassin, that entails additional training for medical personnel on the handling of the vaccine.
They only specialized training for the pharmacists, but it's a different way of getting the vaccine from the vial into the syringe. So that's the specialized training that we're doing today for the pharmacists and the nurses. Remember, you have to keep this thing frozen 86 below zero, so it's a different consistency, so therefore it has to be done a little differently.
With nearly 3,000 active cases of the virus in the country, Rassin says officials hope to ramp up the vaccination campaign significantly in the coming days, but that will take more volunteers.
We need people to come out and help us at all the sites, and because we're going to increase the hours, we're going to go to weekends in some of the sites, so we just need as much help as we can get to make sure it's efficient. What we're trying to do is make sure when you come with an appointment, and I remind you all, please make an appointment. Come with an appointment, then we can process you really fast.
Pfizer's arrival in country has also led to some cancellation of appointments from residents who were set to get inoculated with AstraZeneca, a challenge Rassin addressed.
We've seen it happen for the last week, actually. I would ask you, if you make an appointment, just show up for the appointment or call us and cancel so other people can make an appointment. You're really causing an issue for others who want to get a vaccine by just not showing up. So I'd ask you not to do that.
Resident Nicola Miller, however, was not minded to cancel, eager to get her second shot.
I chose because, just to protect myself, and I have two little twins at home, and God forbid, I don't want nothing happen to them. I don't want to bring anything to them because I'm working in the tourism industry. So it was very important for me to protect myself.
80-year-old resident Marinetha Roll also called on the public to get vaccinated to reduce the number of reported fatalities.
Listen, to save our life, to save our children's life, and to save other lives.
Up to Sunday, the Bahamas had 313 confirmed COVID-19 deaths, with 13,264 recoveries. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Well, soon there will be 3 vaccines to choose from as the government pushes a campaign of full coverage for Bahamians as it looks to ward off COVID-19. Health officials disclosing during a national press conference yesterday that in order to ensure the required 2 doses are issued, it is broadly accepted that different brands of vaccines can be given in separate doses. But what constitutes an approved vaccine? Keishla Adderley takes a look.
Before last week, there was just one option for vaccination in the Bahamas. Since then, more than 300,000 Pfizer vaccines have been pledged by the U.S., and Johnson & Johnson is on the way. The world over, vaccines have been awaited and now touted as the answer to curbing COVID infection. But just what constitutes an approved vaccine? Here at home, health officials are assuring that they've taken a multi-layered approach led by the government in collaboration with local pharmacists and regional bodies to decide on that criteria.
We all agreed that the vaccine must come from the manufacturer, not from a middleman. The vaccine must be approved either by a national stringent regulatory authority, in addition to receiving the equivalent of an EUA or an EUL, Emergency Use Authorization by the FDA, that's given in the U.S., or Emergency Use Listing by the World Health Organization that partners with the EUA.
So what does emergency use only mean? According to the Food and Drug Administration, an emergency use authorization, EUA, is a mechanism to facilitate the availability and use of medical countermeasures, including vaccines, during public health emergencies, such as the current COVID-19 pandemic. Under an EUA, the FDA says it may allow the use of unapproved medical products or unapproved uses of approved medical products in an emergency to diagnose, treat, or prevent serious or life-threatening diseases or conditions when certain statutory criteria have been met, including that there are no adequate, approved, and available alternatives. Meantime, the transportation of vaccines also high on the list of safety criteria.
That it must meet all the transportation requirements of that vaccine. They have vaccine monitors inside the shipping establishments that tells you if the vaccine has met all of the cold chain requirements at each and every stop.
Vaccinations are also required to have an expiration date not exceeding 3 months. Now, those same requirements will come into effect when hundreds of vaccines leave the capital for family island ports in the days ahead.
I'm happy to report that we have secured the infrastructure to accommodate the safe and secure transportation of the Pfizer vaccine to the islands. And we are grateful to all our partners who have contributed to this accomplishment. To accommodate the planned rollout of the Pfizer vaccine, more vaccination centers will be added on New Providence, we hope in Grand Bahama as well, and the Family Islands in the coming days and weeks.
The booking of appointments for the new Pfizer vaccine begins today. Public access to the vaccine is expected to begin on Thursday. Kish Latterly, ZNS Network News.
Now, with schools preparing to reopen amid increasing COVID infections, Education Minister the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd's hoping parents protect their children and allow them to get the jab.
Now that the science is there that tells us that students who are 12 and over can take the vaccination, please, I encourage all students, parents really, because we're going to have to prove that you are indeed the parent who is giving permission for this child to be vaccinated. Not just simply an adult who shows up, this my daughter, this my son. No. We're going to need proof that this is indeed your child. And the proof really comes by based on what is recorded in the school's record as to who is the parent. We want to get out of this. We want to get back to what you consider to be normal. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated.
With the emergence of the Delta variant, COVID-19 vaccine maker Pfizer has sought approval from the FDA for booster shots to improve its effectiveness. In this week's edition of Things You Should Know, Cleopatra Murphy tells us why the FDA recently granted partial approval and those who will be considered eligible.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration last week approved the third shot or booster of the Pfizer-BioNTech and the Moderna COVID-19 vaccines for the immunocompromised, more specifically, solid organ transplant recipients, that is, those it says that have been diagnosed with conditions considered to have an equivalent level of immunocompromise. Chair of the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee, Dr. Merceline Dalregis, says the Bahamas could soon follow suit.
Should someone be so identified, we would certainly make a consideration of administering the third dose. Not everyone is able to mount an immune response in the time period that we administer first and second doses. Therefore, if that is documented, we would certainly, as a group, recommend a third dose, but not for the public at large at this time.
This decision also follows a Johns Hopkins study that suggests vaccinated people with compromised immune systems are 485 times more likely to end up in hospital or die from COVID-19 compared to their vaccinated counterparts in the general population. The FDA, in its amended emergency use authorization, acknowledges that such individuals pose a greater risk of severe disease, and the small group could benefit from an additional vaccine dose. Acting FDA Commissioner Janet Woodcock says today's action allows doctors to boost immunity in certain immunocompromised individuals who need extra protection from COVID-19. She added that, as we previously stated, other individuals who are fully vaccinated are adequately protected and do not need an additional dose of COVID-19 vaccine at this time. The FDA is actively engaged in a science-based rigorous process with our federal partners to consider whether an additional dose may be needed in the future. While health officials have expressed concerns over the efficacy of the vaccines, whose effectiveness have dropped against the much more contagious Delta variant, coupled with the added concern that overall effectiveness may lessen over time, data management consultant in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Danny Davis, says the Bahamas may arrive at a point when a third dose may be available to the wider public, but not yet.
At the end of the day, we are configured today to ensure that the supply that we have is distributed such that everybody gets a first and second dose before we start to entertain a third dose, other than those conditions that Dr. Dalridge described earlier.
Up to Sunday, 117,380 doses of COVID-19 vaccine had been administered in the country, and 51,150 people had been fully vaccinated. Local health officials are counting on these numbers to substantially increase, having added both Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson into the pool of available vaccines. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Now, COVID hospitalizations at a troubling 142, with 15 of those patients fighting off the virus in the intensive care units of Doctors Hospital, the South Beach Acute Care and Referral Center, the Princess Margaret Hospital, and Grand Bahama Health Services. While no additional deaths have been reported, new infections continue to climb. Sunday's dashboard showing that 113 of them on New Providence, 9 on Abaco, 7 on Grand Bahama, and 1 each on Eleuthera and Exuma, giving a total of 131 for Sunday. Overall, that's 16,668 cases. Testing now at 127,633, 620 of them done yesterday. Of that figure, 32 were repeats, 4 returning inconclusive results. A breakthrough infection in the case of Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius Smith, who, though fully vaccinated, has tested positive for COVID-19. A release from his office confirming as much late this afternoon. We understand Sir Cornelius was tested this past Friday after being exposed to someone with COVID-19. The result of his test was confirmed Sunday evening. At last report, the Governor General was asymptomatic. He's abiding by all the established public health quarantine protocol and is encouraging all Bahamians who haven't yet done so to get vaccinated. Another day of widespread sick out that's now impacted its service for the 5th consecutive day as staff shortages plague the Princess Margaret Hospital, Grand Bahama Health Services, and now Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, where staffers also called in. However, patient care and operations reportedly continue there. The industrial action, the root of which is the reported non-payment of honorariums to workers on the front line at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, has forced officials to implement measures to mitigate the impact. Consequently, officials continue to stress that non-urgent care can be accessed at community clinics. Now, despite the continued sick out, PMH's morgue services have resumed. Identification of remains, though, will not take place until Tuesday between the hours of 9 a.m. and noon. Persons identifying relatives are required to present 2 forms of valid ID, and that includes a National Insurance Board card, a passport, voter's card, or driver's license. Services at the blood bank, as well as the Rand Memorial Lab services and its blood donations, have also resumed. PMH apologizes for any inconvenience the interruption in services caused. Still to come, Sedema shares its findings in the aftermath of Haiti's earthquake and a VAT holiday for parents.
And remember to tune in to the Morning Edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil. Shell's Summer of Fun.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Do you know that one of the main reasons for medication failure is due to non-adherence to medications? It is important that you follow these 4 R's when taking your medications. Right drug, right dose, right time, and right way. Right drug. Remember that each medication is specific for each individual, and what may work for one person may not work for the other. Therefore, you should not share your drugs. Right dose. Taking more or less than what is prescribed by your provider may cause you to either run out of your pills faster, it may affect your kidneys or liver, and it may even worsen your medical condition. Right time. Taking medications when told ensures that you have enough medication in your body to fight off the illness you may have. Skipping doses may lead to drug resistance. Right way. If your medication calls for you to take it whole, with food, or at night only, please follow these directions as there may be side effects. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The death toll from Saturday's 7.2 earthquake in Haiti has swelled to 1,297, with the injured more than double that figure at 2,838. Some 14,000 families have been impacted, 7,000+ homes destroyed, with an additional 4,852 homes damaged. Furthermore, infrastructure in the health and education sectors also affected, as well as hotels, customs and legal buildings, roads and bridges. Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, or SEDEMA, Elizabeth Riley, sharing the updated information during this afternoon's press conference, during which she also spoke of the regional action that has been taken in the wake of the catastrophe. Regional support for Haiti, she says, has been activated, and 2 coordination meetings took place on the weekend. The meetings are aimed at providing the most up-to-date information to humanitarian groups, potentially offering assistance, and to ensure proper coordination based on Haiti's needs. Rotary clubs of the Bahamas investing in education. The disaster relief arm handed over $250,000 worth of educational supplies to the Ministry of Education today for the Abaco School District. Education is a major focus of the organization, which has raised millions of dollars to assist those in need. Director of Operations for Disaster Relief, Kendall Strawn, says they've been on the ground in Abaco assisting since the devastating storm, and they remain committed.
It is the goal of Rotary to ensure that every student from each of the schools in the Abaco district have access to the tools which are necessary for them to function. With Literacy Month to be celebrated in September, it is the goal of Rotary to ensure that no student is left behind.
The Education Minister thanked the club's officials for the generous donation.
We're looking at an extraordinarily dynamic year in education in Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and it could not be possible without partners like the Rotary clubs of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the indefatigable spirits of people like you, Ken, and you, Brother Seeley, you, Brother Barry, and all of our people here from the Rotary clubs. We are proud of the work we are doing, Barry, in education, but we could not make it happen without you. Thank you all so much.
Well, with increasing COVID infections, a big question for parents at this point is, in what form will schools reopen? Virtual, face-to-face, or hybrid, where there's a little bit of both? Here's what the Education Minister had to say.
We are ready to go on August the 30th. School will start on August the 30th. Some islands, some schools, face-to-face. You know them already. The Michael community, essentially, in Long Island and a few others. They really don't have an issue with COVID. And certainly they are small enough that even if they did, the requirement of social distance and so on, they can easily accommodate that. In the urban centers, and obviously we're talking about New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, parts of Eleuthera and Andros, they are going to go hybrid, almost hybrid, okay? Now, this does not just simply go for the public schools, this is for all schools, because of course, as you know, as the Minister of Health and the Ministry of Education, we're responsible for education in the system. And the Ministry of Health and Department of Health officials have stipulated this is the way education is going to roll out 21-22 across the system.
A little breather for parents left to get their children ready for the new school year. The VAT holiday on back-to-school supplies kicked in today. Items include personal computers and related accessories, food and snacks, clothing, footwear, bags, and related items. Hair accessories, as well as miscellaneous items like printer ink, garbage bags, hand sanitizers, paper towels, disinfectant wipes and sprays, and face masks. Layaway purchases could be charged at the holiday prices, but only where the purchase is completed within the tax holiday period. The VAT holiday ends September 6th.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today. Bahamian Freediver Isabel Winner won big at the Vertical Blue freediving competition held at Dean's Blue Hole here in the Bahamas.
I had such a wonderful experience. It was my first ever freediving competition, and it's definitely not going to be my last. It was such a great experience because Vertical Blue is probably the top freediving competition in the world, and you have all of the best freedivers, the deepest divers in the world coming to Long Island, Dean's Blue Hole, just to see who can dive the deepest, and being able to interact with these just superhumans was pretty surreal for me. But what really got me into freediving, my dad heard about a freediving course in Long Island and how beneficial it was for your mental health and your mind and your body. And so we decided to sign up for it. Everyone has to travel to the Bahamas, and I was just lucky enough to be able to live in the Bahamas and have access to the Blue Hole in Long Island. And I had such a wonderful time, but there's definitely a sense of nostalgia because there's so many blue holes. That's what I love about the Bahamas. Even in Andros, it's just known for its blue holes. And Dean's Blue Hole is probably, I think, if not the largest, the second largest blue hole in the world. And having access to that is pretty incredible.
To learn more about the Vertical Blue freediving competition, visit tourismtoday.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Shop early for Janae's Mix and Match specials. Get all your school uniforms, neckties, socks, shorts, character towels, raincoats, umbrellas, colorful backpacks, underclothes, and tights. Mix and match 4 school shirts, free monogrammed or regular, and get 1 free. Yes, free. Mix and match 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, and get the third one 50% off. Janae's COVID-19 Customer Recovery Assistance, allowing mix and match. WhatsApp 817-3295 or go online at www.janaes.com.
Hurricane season is upon us. Be prepared. BAF General can cover your home and belongings with an affordable and comprehensive hurricane plan. Remember, your home may be the largest investment ever. Keep it covered with BAF General Insurance this hurricane season.
BAF, that's BAF for life.
Brendan Pinder is tonight among the many on remand at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, or BDOCS as it's called. He's the Ridgeland Park resident charged this afternoon with the August 9th unlawful killing of Dino Brown and the attempted murder of Dennis Bowles on Marshall Road. Brown and Bowles were together when two gunmen exited a dark-colored Jeep and opened fire, injuring both. Brown died on the scene while Bowles was rushed to hospital. The alleged assailant was not required to enter a plea when he stood before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt. Pinder returns to court on December 14th, at which time he will be served a voluntary bill of indictment. A leading marine conservationist calling on Bahamians to protect and preserve coral reefs. Desmond Saunders has the story.
Coral reefs are made up of colonies of hundreds of thousands of tiny individual corals, providing an important ecosystem for marine life. They protect coastlines from storms and erosion, and over 500 million people depend on reefs for food, income, and protection. But according to program assistant with the Perry Institute for Marine Science, these important marine habitats are under a growing threat.
When people take their boats or scuba dive or snorkel in different locations and they don't clean the bilge water, they don't clean their gear, or they don't wash their wetsuits properly, we've been finding that this coral COVID, or the stony coral tissue loss disease, has actually been like wiping out coral in these areas. Coastal development is one of the major threats that we find to coral reefs in any marine habitat, simply because here in the Bahamas we are limestone rock, and you run the risk of eroding that rock and putting more debris into the water, which can then cause the coral reef not to survive.
Coral reefs play a major role in the nation's economy, and the continued health of the coral reef is key to the nation's survival. The program assistant is calling on all Bahamians to do their part in protecting and preserving this marine habitat.
I think it's very important for Bahamians and people to be aware of the coral reef that we have in the ocean, to kind of talk about these things and show how important they are to our government and to their neighboring communities, so that we can take the action that we need to take to protect them. Be mindful of the things that you let get into the ocean, like plastic pollution, any sorts of marine debris, and even chemicals. You want to be mindful of the type of water that's running off into our oceans as well.
Coral reefs are an important resource to our environment, so let's protect it. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
Summer is here, and Shell presents a summer of fun. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location. Now through September 10th. Experience incredible hotel stays in the Family Islands and Nassau. Win thousands of dollars in fuel, groceries, and electronic devices. Fuel up today and submit your receipt by WhatsApp, email, and Facebook. Follow us on Facebook for more chances to win with Shell. Terms and conditions apply.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Experience the power of convenience with speedy payments made with a simple tap. Feel the power of safety with enhanced security from our chip and pin technology, which grants you extra protection at the ATM, online, and at point of sale protection. Your access is granted. Make purchases here or when you choose to travel with priceless MasterCard offers. Activate your power with the new Scotiabank MasterCard Debit Card.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you find your family guardian.
So, D'Amica, I know it's your first day, but we need a few things for the office. We need notepads for the boardroom, paper clips, staplers, trash bins for new staff, a monitor for Jason in accounting, a case of pens, a box of copier paper, and Ted here needs a new desk chair. Oh, and glue. I'll need all of these by noon. Got it?
But where am I supposed to get all this stuff by noon?
John Bull Business Center.
John Bull Business Center?
Of course. And while you're there, I need 200 copies of this. And speak to Michelle about delivery of my furniture. I'm having my office remodeled.
Got it. Because they have a copy center and a contract furniture department. I knew that.
I think you might just work out.
Get everything your company needs in one convenient location. Check out the copy center and our contract furniture department. If you want to show everyone in the office you mean business, then there's only one place to go. John Bull Business Center. We mean business.
It's Shay here, and welcome to our first installment of Alive's Community Corner. Not only is Alive a digital service provider, and beyond those great deals and services that we provide you, Alive is committed to the community. So here's a look at what we did for Mother's and Father's Day. This episode, and we look forward to sharing with you so many more of our community moments. So why Alive? Because you deserve it.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
A funding source has been secured for the North Eleuthera Airport. Not only that, officials are sifting through proposals to determine which partner will carry out the project. Eleuthera tourism stakeholders hearing that directly from Tourism and Aviation Minister Dionisio D'Aguilar during his keynote address to that island's 9th annual Business Outlook.
Obviously, the time between right now and the completion of your new airport is probably at least 2 years away. So given the poor state of the North Eleuthera Airport, the Department of Aviation has advanced a proposal to provide a temporary structure to expand the square footage of the terminal that will immediately improve the safety of airport employees and passengers. The temporary facility will be designed as such that it can be relocated to any other airport under construction or where there is a need for additional space. It will be hurricane rated and affordable and will be approved imminently for development.
Approximately 2,000 families in Abaco will have access to BTC's expanding fiber to the home network. The company is installing services in Central Pines and concurrently conducting a massive overhaul of its network in the Dundastown, Murphytown, and Marsh Harbor communities. BTC will extend its reach into the surrounding keys. BTC CEO Andre Foster calls it a really big moment for which the entire BTC family is proud. Residents weighed in on the fiber to the home upgrade, noting that it is a welcomed surprise and that they are pleased with having access to super-fast broadband speeds. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. We are in the peak of the tropical cyclone season, and we do have 3 systems out there as we speak. There's Fred, which just moved inland early this afternoon, and then we have Grace, which continues to move well to the south of us. We have a 3rd system, just took on a name this afternoon. It's out there in the Atlantic, just to the southeast of Bermuda. It's now called Henri, and that was moving to the south of Bermuda. It is expected to loop back towards the northeast. We'll tell you all about that later in the newscast. But outside of our studios, mostly cloudy skies, temperature 88 degrees, relative humidity 65%. We have southeast winds at 14 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,015.0 millibars, 29.98 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 86 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Torquay, and Marsh Harbor. The Berry Islands also 86, and that extends into Allenstown, Bimini. Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 86 as well. Black Point, Exuma, 87. Kemp's Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros also reporting 87 degrees. 86 in Allenstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma at 85, 85 in Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, 84, Acklands, 84, Matthewtown, Inagua, 86, and the Turks and Caicos Island at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center in the northwestern islands tonight. Southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Low tide takes place at 9:37 tonight. In the central Bahamas, the winds southeast at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet with caution flags up. In the southeast, Bahamas advisory are in place, 15 to 25 knots out of the southeast, and the wave heights at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. And as we take you into Tuesday, the winds become east to southeast in the northwestern islands, holding at 3 to 6 feet. Low tide 9:37 in the morning, high tide at 4:12 tomorrow afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands on Tuesday, the wind southeast at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet. And then on Wednesday, the winds reduced to about 10 to 15 knots in the northwest Bahamas. We'll drop that caution flag for your boaters. Low tide 10:42 in the morning, high tide at 5:16 in the afternoon. In the central islands on Wednesday, southeast at 12 to 18, wave heights 3 to 6 in the southeast, southeast 15 to 20, and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, white girl and dingy coat, Mama Lily, pull up your gun, let me see your coat, Mama Lily, white girl and dingy coat, Mama Lily, pull up your gun, let me see your coat, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily, Mama Lily.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
Every day, it takes a commitment to quality, a commitment to the people. Here at Impact, we commit to you, to providing you with the best, most efficient waste management service in the country. Across the Bahamas, every home and any event is within our reach. Let the fastest growing and most reliable team help keep your Bahamas clean. Impact Waste Management Company, committed to you.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, black forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our Superfast Fiber Internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
It's a perfect day to enjoy the wonderful specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Spaghetti and Meatballs, 15-ounce, 99 cents. Rainbow Tuna, 5-ounce, 69 cents. Super Value Purified or Alkaline Water, 5-gallon size, $4.99. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 99 cents per pound. Green cabbages, 79 cents per pound. Working hard every day to keep your prices down. That's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low-fiber, high-fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everybody. An impressive preseason debut for Mike Strawn in the NFL yesterday. He had 3 catches for 57 yards on 5 targets. The Indianapolis Colts won their opener 21-18 over Carolina. Strawn and the Colts play again this coming Saturday on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings. Another home run for Jazz Chisholm over the weekend in Major League Baseball. The Miami Marlins swept a 3-game series with the Chicago Cubs. Jazz finished up a combined 3 for 9 with 3 runs scored. The home run was his 12th of the season. After suffering a loss to Seattle last Thursday, John Claude Jones and the Connecticut Sun back in the win column yesterday in the WNBA. They took down the Dallas Wings 80-59. JJ 19 points and 15 boards. The Sun play again tomorrow against the Minnesota Lynx. After seeing his first taste of action in the NBA Summer League on Friday for the Golden State Warriors, Travis Munnings back in the lineup again yesterday. He had 8 points, an assist, and a rebound in an 80-70 overtime loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. Kai Jones and the Charlotte Hornets also in NBA preseason action over the weekend. The Bahamian big man had 9 points and 16 rebounds in an 80-79 loss to the Toronto Raptors. The Indiana Hoosiers men's basketball team closed out their summer tour of the Bahamas, a perfect 2-0 over pro team BC Mega from Serbia. The Hoosiers opened with a 79-66 win on Friday night before taking the finale yesterday 64-53. Both games were played at the Atlantis Resort's Imperial Arena. Team Bahamas holding its own at the CAC Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships in El Salvador. The 242 bringing back home 8 medals, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze. Both of those golds coming courtesy of Wellington Wallace in the men's physique and the men's masters physique.
Feeling very, very pleased with my performance. This time around, I competed in 2 categories, stiff competition, but I came out on top, feeling very accomplished. The time we're in right now with COVID and everything and funds, I had made up my mind not to go, but I changed my mind and I still decided to come. And it was a good thing I did. I was invited to Mexico to a competition in September next year. So I have basically a year, almost a year to train and prepare for that. So that's a good time to rest and train and be ready for that.
That's a look at sports. A check on weather up next.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Large beach and pool parties are not ideal in this COVID environment, but keeping just a few friends close while in the water is actually a good idea. So here's another pointer. They say the more the merrier, and when you're planning on spending a day of fun in the water, that might be what you want to do. Swimming with someone else, especially when doing aquatic activities, is a standard safety practice. If you're by yourself and there's an emergency, having someone to call for help or assist is much better than struggling alone.
Swimming with a buddy, not swimming alone, allowing you to have the ability to have somebody with you if you get into trouble. It's nice to be able to go in on a social environment with a buddy and be able to talk and enjoy the environment.
Crystal Darling, ZNS Digital Media.
There's a pandemic going around. We have to work hard to stay will help me and help you too. It's available everywhere. Don't take too long, I'll meet you there. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated. It's protecting me, protecting you. It's protecting the country too. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated. It's protecting me, protecting you. It's protecting the country too. I got mine, you get yours, get vaccinated.
Make your appointment today at vax.gov.bs. That's vax.gov.bs. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in conjunction with Bahamas Information Services.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some lobster, yeah?
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.
Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, Fred has now moved inland, packing winds of 60 miles per hour, but we expect that to rapidly decrease as it continues to move inland, carrying lots of showers into the Gulf state there. And then there is this second system, Grace, now well to the south of the Bahamas, so we wouldn't have much of a problem from that, save for some increase and rainfall over the southeast Bahamas during the course of the night and tomorrow. This too will continue and possibly could become a hurricane before it makes landfall on the coast of central Mexico sometime on Sunday morning. And then there's a third system just developed this evening. It is now called Henri. That is, it's just to the south and west of Bermuda, southeast of Bermuda, pardon me, moving towards the southwest, will eventually move west and then take a turn towards the north and eventually trek back towards the northeast as a tropical storm. Simply a menace for the mariners out there. And then on our satellite picture, you can see the system starting to become organized, the shower activity once again coming together as it continues to batter the islands of Hispaniola, moving towards the west. Considerable cloudiness, very warm with a passing shower or two can be expected tonight with a low temperature around 79 degrees. And tomorrow, mainly cloudy and breezy with a morning shower or two. High temperature tomorrow, 90 degrees. Extended weather forecast. Despite the clouds, we're going to keep you pretty warm for the next several days. And it's going to be somewhat muggy into Tuesday. Wednesday, the clouds start to break up a bit. We'll have some residual showers carrying us into Thursday. Lots of sunshine. Find their way back into our forecast on Friday, and the weekend is looking pretty good weather-wise. Makisha.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.